Sometimes I feel that.
Okay, we're back again. Third time's the charm. So just kind of getting all the live stream stuff kind of figured out or whatever. Well, somebody joins in. Had one person earlier, but we're on the bench with a vintage 1975 Atari Tanks 2 arcade PCB. So here at Arcade Laboratories, we make a lot of the repair videos, but I thought it'd be fun to kind of go behind the scenes because there's a lot of troubleshooting. There's a lot of work off camera. I mean, my videos are already like super long. But on this, so this is an Atari Tanks 2. On this one, the ribbon cable's bad, and it's an old paper ribbon cable. It's crazy. So I'm taking off the ribbon cable. We're gonna modernize the ribbon cable, and I'm just getting all the ribbon cable off here. So I've got this whole side, desoldered. So just going through, breaking the solder joints, finishing it out so I can remove this side of the cable. Yeah, so usually after desoldering, like using a gun or even a pump, sometimes you gotta go back through and break the solder joints, the solder sweat joints. There'll still be like a little piece of solder on there, and some of them you don't get all the solder, or there might be solder on the other side. So that's what we're doing now. I got this whole side. There's 40 and 40, so there's 80 pins, and these are the 2.54 mm pitch. So at least we can get modern day headers. I'm going to actually make a cable. Oh, this one is better than that first one. I think she's out. She's out. Boom. These boards have not been separated since the day they were manufactured 47 years ago. So, all right, there's the one. I'm going to set him aside gently. Let's get this other board positioned better. I guess he's kind of okay. Yeah, I had two pieces of foam so they could the ribbon cable could sit down in between. But let's get this guy up here. Okay. So let's get busy on this one. Kind of clean that out, dump the solder, and let's go. Got freaking Charles Bronson on an episode of The Virginian and Lee Majors. Awesome. Charles Bronson, he's kind of young. Yeah, he's pretty young there. Missed that guy. He's like one of my favorite actors of all time. Let's see. Yeah, not all solder is created equal. So we're. I can't explain it. It's just that. I don't know. I don't think you even know what you're doing sometimes to other people. To yourself. No, I'll take care of that. What's going on here? Not getting it. Not getting it all. What is going on? I don't think our suction is all that great. I'll just clean that guy out. Let's get him a little bit more.
Taking a shower had gone from being a joy to being a burden. I was afraid I would fall. I called, and just one day, I had a shower I could feel safe in. No matter the situation, Jacuzzi Bathroom Model has a solution for you.
What is your deal?
Easy entry shower with features like grab bar to keep you feeling comfortable and to a stunning family bath. Luxurious upgrade with a timeless design. Great for years to come. Built to last. Warranty from an iconic brand. You know you can. It is done in the same day. It's absolutely perfect. It's exactly what I was dreaming of. Experience what Jacuzzi Bathroom Model can do for you and your home. Don't wait any longer. Time to call. It's never been easier. Take advantage of the special TV offer today.
Hell.
800-366-3419. That's 800-366-3419. Call now. Saving money is now more important than ever for seniors. But if you purchase a $9.95 guaranteed you can
Yeah, there's a
easily
problem.
find yourself overpaying for
What
very
is your
little
problem? I think our
insurance.
tip is
$9.95
filling up with crud right at the very tip, and the
less than $900 in coverage. For $10,000 in coverage, you would pay over $110 a month with a 2-year waiting period. Fortunately, with Senior Life Insurance Company, he pays less than $58 a month for $10,000 in protection. There's no waiting period, no medical exam, and he saves over $600 a year by choosing Senior Life.
yeah, we got cloggage.
Over $400 a year. Don't overpay for your life insurance. Call now to see how much money you could save with Senior Life. We could help you get cash back.
There's cloggage in my gun.
Call now to lock in your
A
coverage.
lot of solder. I figured it would go like that. And
Call now. The Omaha Steaks semi-annual sale is back.
got a ramrod.
You'll save 50% site-wide on America's best steaks, chicken, burgers, and so much more. All backed by our 100% guarantee that you'll love every bite. Never tried Omaha Steaks? Save an extra $30.
Yeah, we got cloggage.
First time. Visit omahasteaks.com/TV today and sink your teeth into big savings on the quality you deserve.
Yeah.
Breastfeed for my COPD. Things changed for me. Better breathing, symptom improvement, and reduced flare-ups. Breastfeed won't replace a respiratory cover for sudden breathing problems. It is not for asthma. Tell your doctor if you have a heart condition or high blood pressure before taking it. Don't take Breastfeed more than prescribed. Breastfeed may increase your risk of thrush, pneumonia, and osteoporosis. Call your doctor if worsening breathing, chest pain, mouth,
Because she clogged a little.
vision changes, or eye pain occur. Ask your doctor about Breastfeed.
We are through.
Oh, good morning, Miss Jessup. I'll be with you just a minute. I'm in no hurry, Mr. Harper. Please take your time.
I think what we're gonna do. I think we're gonna try to just re-tin this a little bit, and I think we're gonna try to re-tin that tip just a little. Get some clean solder in there, and some flux. We're gonna get the extractor going. We're making a lot of fumes.
However, I think it should be more prompt to meet your obligations on this level.
That's much better. Sometimes you just got to get some flux and some new solder down the barrel of your gun tube. Now we should have some good results. Now she's getting it. Hey Meg, how you doing? I'm testing out my live stream for the first time. I'm desoldering on a 1975 Tanks 2, replacing the ribbon cable. So I got the Goop desolder gun, and we're taking these ribbon cables were bad. They're paper, they're old, they're crazy. So I'm going to replace these guys, modernize, and get this thing ready to run in the future, hopefully for a long time. There's a lot of desoldering though. Yeah, I like it. You know, all my repair videos are so much like behind the camera stuff, the troubleshooting, the desoldering, the extractions. And I thought it might be fun to kind of go live, be more like hanging out. There's a lot of stuff that goes on behind the scenes. I thought it might be fun to share some of that. This definitely a special skill set for the PCB stuff. So how's your trip? Are you happy to be home? Or are you still sad or wish you were down in Brazil? Yeah, so we're just desoldering now. You gotta be careful. Like, your heat, you don't want to pull the pads, but you need to get all the solder out too. So there's a little bit of a trick to this. You just gotta go slow and take your time. And it depends the boards too. Like some boards, the pads pull so easy. But this one here seems to be doing okay. So I'm doing oh, you're still not home. Oh, but you're back in the US. Oh, okay. Yeah, I can't wait to go back to Thailand. I'm excited. Yeah, when I get over there, I can look for some more Japanese stuff for you. That whole place, I know a couple collectors that has tons of stuff, Japanese stuff. So it'll be fun to go back and do some more board picking in Thailand. Yeah, I got my fume extract. Oh man, yeah, Thailand's awesome. I've been all over. I haven't been to South America though. Have not been to Brazil. I want to see those pyramids down there in Peru. I think that would be freaking awesome. But Thailand is definitely hands down the most best place I've ever been. Just everything, the food, the people, the weather. I mean, it's really hot, but whatever. I can deal with that. I like my job there, my day job. Bangkok is the most awesome place. I'm not even a city boy, and I love Bangkok. Like Bangkok is like I live in a small village there, and then when I need to get out, I want to go to Bangkok, and it's just for the food, the shopping, the walking. Man, there's temples and malls, and it's like this perfect blend of like modern and traditional. It's so cool. Okay, so I got the one row done. So when you desolder, a lot of times it leaves like turn off the extractor. A lot of times it leaves like a little sweat joint, and you got to take like a pair of these are like pliers, but they're not ribbed or anything. They're flat for bending IC pins and stuff. A pair of these work really well. You got to go through and just sometimes you can break them with your finger or your thumb, but these are all still pretty tight. There's a lot of solder on here, so you got to go through each one and break that joint. Because if you don't go and break that joint and just pull on the chip or whatever, you'll pull the freaking pad off the part side. You will, and then you gotta do repair. I don't know if you can hear them pop, but they pop when they're loose. Yep. Yeah, these are coming off pretty good. Yeah, this paper ribbon cable. I'll get these out and I'll show you. It's just like literally paper, like a hard cardboard paper with traces ran in them. Yeah, these come out pretty good. Yeah, getting the parts out without damaging your board, that's really important. That one's stuck pretty good. There it goes. You can feel it too. I think this one might be stuck. And if they're still stuck, like sometimes if they won't break loose, you just have to add more solder and suck it again. Because sometimes, like the through hole soldering, you get a lot of solder up on the part side, and then your solder gun won't. Let's see. I think they're pretty well. Nope, there's one, and you can see it when you move it. There it is. Yeah. So check these guys out, man. Let's see. Yeah, they're paper. They're paper. They're rigid. And then you can see they got the traces in them. Crispy. They are crispy. And it's weird. They sit so close to each other. I think these outside ones, like that one's crispy and gnarly and chewed up, like they're at the top. It sucks. I'm gonna replace these all, but there's like really only one trace that was bad. Oh, that's cool. It's got it's got like I love old vintage stuff. It's got on the back, you can't even see it. It's got the manufacturer sticker for the like who made these. And Ansley Flex Strip. That's cool. But yeah, you can see like yeah, it's like tearing. Like if you look down over the top. And the boards are connected together. There's two boards connected. There's not even you can't even take this off. So it makes handling the board really difficult. Yeah, I'm going to upgrade. I'm going to put connectors, male header pins, and female ribbon cable connectors. That'll be good for testing in the future because a technician they can just pull off. They can pull off and test. You know, makes a lot of good test points. Yeah, it's pretty freaking gnarly. Yeah. All right, let's move on. That's cool. All right, let's get the next one fell right out. All right, Ansley Flex Strip. Yeah. And then we'll go back through and inspect, but I'll show you. So like this I've never used my computer for making repair videos, but all of the individual pads have to be intact, both sides. So then we'll have to go back and inspect all the part side pads to make sure none of them pulled up and they still all have continuity. But other than that, pretty basic. You just got to take your time. Yeah, this look pretty good. Probably clean that up with like some IPA. Just clean that up with IPA and Q-tips. Ah, yeah, this side looks awesome. So that's what I like. You know, these old vintage boards, you know, like I'm refurbishing them. I want them to be like new. I want them to be original with as minimum of work and modifications. Yeah, those look really good. Yep, no damage there. Yeah, there are 100 and let's see, 40, 80, 160 pins to get those cables off, that's a lot, man. I'm never going to complain about like having to change the CPU socket again. It's like 40 pin socket. I go, ugh. But yeah, 160, they're not too bad. So I'm cleaning my solder gun before we go after this next set. Yeah, just got like a ramrod down through there. Clean off all the gunk because it's just not solder that it's sucking. You know, this is like if you're a metal worker. Yeah, you worked and wrenched on things, so you know, metal has a lot of crazy stuff in it, man. It can oxidize, especially with the flux, the electricity, you have electrolysis, and so your gun can get pretty funky. Yeah, and it depends if I feed the wire. Like that's why I'm kind of feeding the wire, kind of, because that's super hot, like a soldering tip. So when you get on your solder, you add a little bit of fresh, and then it all blends together. It kind of gets everything looser and cleaner, and then it will suck out better. But these are pretty clean. Like you don't need to feed the solder every situation. That's what I like about these how-to videos on YouTube, how to solder. A lot of them are basic and good, but there's so many different situations for the wire, the tools, the heat that you use. It's very, very mechanical too. I think in my career, I learned that the best electricians are also good mechanics. Like the guys out of college with double E's that never wrenched on anything, they're okay engineers, but not like people who have practical knowledge because electronics is very mechanical.
A broken AC unit can cost transmission over $3,000 and $4,000. If I didn't have insurance, $7,000 out of pocket.
Right. Slippage. Yeah, I gotta add some. I think that one quite got it. No. Did they get it? Oh yeah, she clean. She clean. Oh, I had to clean your. Oh, you have a desoldering gun too. Yeah, cool. Really gross. Yeah, had to use a little drill. You know what? I've been thinking. When I was in Thailand, I couldn't get a little drill. But for torch tip cleaners, like those torch tips, they have like little ones. They get bigger, bigger, bigger. Clean your torch tips. I got one out in the garage. I've been meaning to go get it because they're like a file, like the real tiny one. They're like real. It's like a really tiny file. Um, yeah, I want to try a torch tip cleaner on this guy because that's just pokey shaft or like a really small drill bit. And, yeah, what is this? This is I think this is a 1 mm. Is this one? Oh, it says right on it if I look. Yeah, this is a 1 mm, and I used to use smaller ones, the 0.8 mm tip, and they're just too small. Like they're good for the small pins, but a 1 mm will get the small ones because you do have that cloggage. A wow stick on it, yeah, yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, I use this thing. We've done a lot of work together, and they don't sell these in the U.S. But the Goop brand is like the number one Japanese brand, and I had to rebuild the pump diaphragm because it's like a pump diaphragm, and in the center of it, well, it's not getting dirty, but yeah, I ripped the rubber. So I put a new diaphragm in, man, and this thing has never worked better. Never worked better. Yeah. All right, let's continue. That's why I like doing what I do with the arcade stuff because there's like so many people that rebuild cabinets, but and they're great. But when it comes to this, not everybody is doing this. I mean, I have a whole lab set up. There's like all the special tools. Like in the garage, it's not so hard. You need tools and stuff, but it's not the same. It's not the same skill set. But I got a lot of cabinets too. But I just don't want to rebuild cabinets and stuff like that. I have a couple, but not my thing. Not my thing. Yeah, I'm not even adding wires to those. Those are sucking. Them are sucking clean. Do you have the Heiko? I'm thinking about getting a Heiko, man. So this one from Thailand, this is actually 220, and I'm running a 220 inverter down below my bench because I didn't want to buy another. I didn't want to buy more stuff, but I am thinking about buying more stuff. I've got a CRT. I got another shop out in the back of the house for CRTs. I thought about getting one for back there for redoing chassis and stuff. Yep, that one didn't go. Ah, cool. Yeah, Haku, I think makes good stuff. Everything I see about them, people like them. You might be getting clogged again. You can always tell if you're not. You start not. If your holes stop cleaning out, then you're usually getting some cloggage. Oh yeah, I don't know if you can see. Well, here I can just pull that back. See the big chunk of lead stuck right there. Yep, get him out. Oh yeah, time for another pokey. There's a lot of solder coming off that thing. Yeah, this is why it takes time. It just takes time. Usually, if you're just replacing sockets, you don't have not working your gun so hard. Yeah, I'm gonna grab that torch tip cleaner later. I think that would work really well. I think it's actually a little bit. Some of those are tip cleaners are smaller than this, is what I need. Ah, cool. Yeah, I like free stuff. And you have a microscope for board work? I've been eyeballing different ones, like the little ones. Like basically, I would like it just with like an HDMI feed to my monitor. Oh man, I bet that's so freaking good, especially with like surface mounts and stuff like that. And that would be great. Yeah, that would be great. And I've seen some in Thailand. They have their electronics repair markets are crazy. They have nice microscopes. Like every little booth is like a lab. But I think the biggest problem with the regular, I need what like one on a boom. Like no matter what I get, it needs to be able to fit the whole board, so you can kind of travel around the board. A lot of them only have maybe like 6 inches go back. But I've been eyeballing them. I think it would be great to have like an overhead close up, and that feeds into a monitor. I can just kind of watch and work and record. Because there's a lot of problems with the tripod, and we're trying to record close up. I get okay angles, but they can be better. No, what?
Drinking heavily ever since his wife died. I imagined it was me who brought him back. Finding a new life in the West. I fell in love with his dream. And then with the man. He's not the same.
Yeah, I would take an older one too, or yeah, a digital one be okay too. Yeah, I yeah, anything just to start with. I think that's where you got to kind of get a feel for the tools. Like getting an older one is good. then you can use it. It works good, and then kind of gives you an idea like what features that you like or don't like, and then when you go to spend the money on a good one, you actually know exactly what you want. We're getting there. We are getting there. Then when I get these ribbon cables off, the customer, he sent me 2 sets of these, and I'll this one's getting set aside waiting for parts, and the other one over there is going to come back on the bench. Then we're going to finish him out. He's got some gating problems, and well, he's got one gate problem, and he's got some serious power issues. Like on these, they use AC, and they do all the rectification on the board. So you got a 5-volt circuit and a 12-volt circuit. And man, these old, I think the Nolan Bushnell people were all high as fuck when they designed the power supplies. You got, this board requires 12 volts, -12, 5, and 18. So like to even convert it to a switcher, you're looking at like 3 different power supplies. But the dude sent me the transformer and the harness. All that's fine. I think we're going to have to keep this one original as much as I want to upgrade it for them, because it's the it's -12 run enables the software, the program ROM. There's only one program ROM. It's like 4K, so old. There's no CPU on here. Bronze Age, no CPU. So all of everything is happening just through logic, latches, and resets. It's like holding one bit of memory at a time. It's so freaking old. But that's what's so cool about this board set. It's yeah, it's pretty cool. Yeah, but the power supplies are a problem. The other one over there, oh my God, it was so hot. It was like the hottest board. Like those 4-watt resistors were blazing hot, man. I think like smoke. It was like the desert. I could see like the stuff above the board changing color, like from the heat coming off of it. Yeah. So yeah, it's amazing. We're almost there. Almost there. All right. Last one. Let's see how easy those. Let's see how easy those break out. Let me just clean that while it's still hot. Yeah, this one. So I hooked that other one up, the one with all the bad power circuits. I hooked it up with my power supply, just powered the board like that externally. And then this one I had the 12 volts from the AC coming. That circuit works okay, but I haven't tested the 5-volt circuit on this one. I don't know if the 5-volt circuit works on this one or not. Man, and like I said, man, I was like running out of power supplies. I got a switcher. So I was like 3 voltages off of that one, 2 off of that one, like 5 different power supplies to power on the board completely. Crazy. All right. So that guy's somewhat clean. Let's after you solder them, I like just take my thumb, kind of push and see if missed one right there. Yeah, sometimes they just break and push right out. You get an idea of there ain't too many of them. Yeah, a couple of them broke with my thumb. Yeah, you can. That one might come out. That one may. Nope. These over here are stuck. Like the top few on that one's good to go. So again, just going through, breaking that solder sweat. If you go pulling on those and they're not all free, you'll pull a pad off to the other side. I've done it all. That's what's nice about making repair videos. I can edit all that stuff out. No. Yeah, but that one there is in there pretty good. There's a lot of solder left in that one. Let's hit this one again. 1, 2, 3. One's almost free. 1, 2, 3, 4. You gotta hit one there again. Kings. 1, 2, 3. This one. Yep, there he goes. It's not bad either. This one should. This guy is. Nope, this one right here. You just got to take your time. There. Boom. Boom. Okay. Yeah, a lot of those guys are stuck. Yep, this one's about free. I think this one's good. Nope. Got one goofy one right there. Some stuff. This one.
Mr. Proctor, Mr. Turner, this is Mr. Justin. He just bought the old Yarnell place up north.
That one.
Just call me Andy. It's a pleasure to know you, Mr.
You get a little solder on that.
How you doing, Ben? Old Yarnell had a...
There we go.
Yeah, we're making out all right. Where the judge got to? Get this thing underway.
Not a sticky one yet.
Ramrock for this year's drive, he starts getting bossy. Well, if it ain't the old bunch quitter himself. You know, getting this boy to one of our meetings is like dragging a cow thief to a hanging. You ought to know, Tom. I notice you rear back every time you see a coil of rope. You know, I don't let just anybody talk to me that way. Well, gentlemen, just before I let you touch
One sticky one. That's all it takes.
Whatever you gentlemen have planned is all right with me. Say, I'm sorry you couldn't be with us this afternoon, but I enjoy it. Boy, you've got a charming family. Judge, I'm afraid to let the cat out of the bag. They were saving it as a surprise. Mr. Justin saw Will. What's this all about?
How is that catching on? Yeah, okay. Oh, got some other people watching. Hey, guys. Yeah, we're just extracting some really old ribbon cable. Which one is freaking stuck? There. I just used that, get some heat on the last sticky one. So check that out. 1975 ribbon cable. Yeah, very cool. But that was definitely causing a problem. The signal coming through for the main object is tanks 2, the white tank. The ribbon cable was bad. Don't know if it was cut. It was probably just broke. But it was sending a reset to the vertical reset of the white tank. And then he was like flashing all over the screen. But I'm just gonna go ahead and just fix just change these out. So it's like anything, extraction, you need to really inspect your work. You can put something back together and not knowing you have a pulled pad, or even if the pad is there, sometimes the pad separates from the trace. So you're looking at like separation, the trace, you're looking at, like the tinning, corrosion, dirt. I mean, this is all pretty clean. I'll get you guys up here and see. I don't know how that's gonna. There's the part side. I don't know how. My first time using my laptop. I don't even know where let's see. I'll probably get that light in the right spot. Might be able to see. Yeah, you're just looking at, there we go. Looking at all the pads where they meet the trace. I mean, this is a pretty clean board, but that's an example of how you need your parts to look when you extract before you ever put anything back together. Yeah, I think so too, man. Sometimes, man, I've got boards so bad and nasty, the solder like petrifies. I call it petrifies because it's like the solder turns into rock. It don't matter how much heat you put in it, it will not desolder, it will not melt. And I got boards that will never be worked on again because of that. So going back down to the solder side, kind of a shitty angle. I'll get better at this. This is my first live stream. Probably get an external camera hooked up, but though, yeah, there we go. Yeah, those all look pretty good. What have you had cause that? The hardened solder or pulled pads? Or you've had boards with hardened solder? Okay, guys, that's about as far as I was gonna go with these today. I got the parts ordered. Yeah, Patrick, I'm gonna look at those cables I ordered, and make sure, that they're gonna like have good connection. I like square connections on 4 sides, and we're gonna go. Those will be here, I think, in a day or two. Another thing that can happen if you get bad extraction, you can pull the via. There's like, the little metal tube that runs in between. Oh yeah, hardened solder. But sometimes you can pull that via out. I've had that happen where just that middle sleeve comes out. That's very true too, man. Yeah, the corrosion. I think that's what kicks a lot of it off, man. Is corrosion, man. Yeah, battery acid is the worst. I'm trying to think which. I was working on one. Yeah, I had battery acid damage, and it was a freaking Jurassic Park Sega pinball motherboard. It had the battery acid damage. I think I made a video on that one. I couldn't fix it, dude. It was so gone, and like the solder was it's not even solder anymore. True, but these look pretty good. So this game being Bronze Age, there's no CPU. There's one ROM chip. One ROM chip. I think it's 4 kilobytes. This one's socketed. I'm going to probably pull him out before I send it back. The legs are black. Talking about corrosion. I may change that socket too. I may just put a new socket. That's a single wipe socket. I'm going to clean those legs with what do they call it here? Tarnex. In Thailand, it was just silver cleaner. Here's Tarnex. Clean those legs. And then, yeah, this board is missing a heat sink too. So you get, like, this is the second board. All the main power comes in the other board. And then it comes 7 volts in, 7 volts AC, DC in, gets rectified down to 5 volts, to feed this board. So, gonna get all that power stuff back up to snuff. Okay, I think I'm ready to set these aside and grab the other set. Where are we on the other set? Let's grab, yeah, these are done for now. These are done for now. We'll get the parts and we'll get we'll get everything back on him. All right, so back with, let's get that other set over here. About a new connection between PCBs. Maybe put headers on the PCB and yeah, that's exactly what I'm thinking, man. Headers on the PCB, and then female DuPont connectors. And then also, hey, now that we got this out, I'll show you what we're talking about this. I don't know, I have to run this by the customer. Okay, so ribbon cable edge. Here's another thing I'm thinking about doing, talking about those ribbon. So these guys sit as a set like that. So what I'm thinking about doing when I get those new header connections is putting standoffs in between, and then just, then it'll be like an MCR style, just, and then run the ribbon cables around. I was thinking about doing that, putting standoffs and legs, like the little fasten down legs or whatever. I'm going to have to talk to the customer or maybe prototype that out. But talking about the handling, with those ribbon cables, man, like the original ones, that was just the shittiest design ever. But yeah, I'm thinking about just getting some standoffs, maybe like some 1-inch even, spread it apart pretty good. That'll make it more compact, and then you'd still have part side. Your part side would be available for troubleshooting down the road. So I'm gonna have to prototype that out. I'll show you guys something cool. I think it's cool. It's probably not cool to anybody but me. So these things got sent back to Atari for repair at one point. So there's a label here. I don't know if you can see it, but it's my freaking birthday. Long story short, this was received December 8th, 1975, the day I was born, the day my mama had me. Yeah, right there, December 8th, 1975. I saw that, I about flipped out, man. I thought that was so freaking cool. Yeah, received Atari, key customer service, because this is a key design game, and I think Atari published it or whatever. December 8th, 1975. There's actually 2 return. This was received, and then it was received again April 26, 1976. And then they wrote on there, no problem. And it was returned by Portal. Reason for return, R&R. I'm trying to figure out what that means. R&R, return merchandise. I don't know. So apparently they had some kind of problem with it, but I think that's pretty cool. All right, so I want my blocks. Okay, so let's get that other board set over here. So I have these blocks. So basically, the ribbon cable can sit down in the middle when I flip it over. So, all right, this guy. Now this is the other set. The ribbon cables are okay. Since I'm blabbing, just rambling about the ribbon cables, I think what I'm going to do with this one, I'm going to leave it original. I'm not going to do anything, but I think I'm going to build a brace. I think I'm going to build just a frame for the mounting holes, like that will mount on the part on the solder side, and have the 4 bolts, 1, 2, 3, 4 on a frame, and then the whole thing becomes rigid, one piece. Put some standoffs and some legs on it. So that is the number one thing that's going to destroy these is the handling. I mean, that's what you get. Yeah, like you said earlier, Meg, crispy. Some things are freaking crispy, and you got to move them like that. Okay, get my brain switched back over to this guy. So, a couple things we can do here. Let me get the solder gun shut off. I think we're gonna wire this one up. There's a gate problem. I think be pretty easy to fix. Oh, you're welcome for your help, man. Oh yeah, you're welcome for your help, dude. Yeah, another arcade enthusiast. That's what we do, man. And we got to help each other out. I think we all have passion for these. That's like my thing. I just want to make sure that that they're good to go for a while. And not too many people repairing them really at this level, I think. Yeah. So we're gonna get this thing fired up. And we're gonna look at the gating issue. So what it is, right here, this switch. This is 25-cent mode and 50-cent mode. Can you imagine paying 50 cents to play this game in 1975? That's a lot of freaking money. But anyway, in 50-cent mode, no, 25-cent mode, the tanks disappear. The game plays. 50-cent mode, the tanks play, they all do their stuff. But in 25-cent mode, the tanks disappear. So, look, I already checked out the circuit, and I think it'd be pretty easy to find. So let's see if we can't. I'm gonna clean that, shut this off, get this out of the way. My computer's half sitting on the transformer, so we're gonna get this thing cabled in. It won't take too long, just a second, really. Power supply down here. Shut that off. All right. Another job well done by the Goot. Who's kind of get these ribbon cables. The ribbon cables. I don't know. I'll probably keep them. I'm a weirdo. I'm going to keep those probably for a souvenir. Okay. Let's get everything moved. Okay, so like I said, this was the one that had like the 5 volt. The 5-volt circuit is completely jacked up, and the 12-volt circuit's not working either. I pulled the regulator. They're using a 5-volt regulator in the 12-volt circuit with a 7-volt. What is it called? A 7-volt reference. So there's a 7-volt reference to a 5-volt regulator that's regulating 12 volts. I'm pretty sure the whole Atari team, they were just crazy at the time. But anyway, this power regulator is bad. And I tested it on the regular video, the repair video for this. So basically, a regulator, you guys probably know, but whatever amperage voltage you put in, you should really only be getting out what that regulator is spec'd for. So if you put in like 5 to 10 volts, 12 volts on that regulator, you should get 5 volts out. But it don't matter what you put into there, you're only getting like 250 milliamps out. Bad regulator. And I'll show you guys. Well, this section right here, the 5-volt rectification, the 5-volt rectification diodes right there. I already cleaned it up. It's burned. It's burned. The whole back. Let's see if I can show you the back of the board. Well, you can't really see it. It's black. There's almost a hole burned through the board. So anyway, let's get this transformer hooked up. I have to move my computer. Oh yeah, hey, Jumpin' General from the GOAT. We are learning. I don't know what GOAT is, but I imagine that's probably a good thing. Yeah, check it out, Jumpin' General. Here's your package, man. This is getting picked up tomorrow. Yeah, your goodie box. Okay, so down here off camera, I've got this transformer. Oh, the computer's actually sitting on it. So the customer sent me. This is out of the cabinet, by the way. The customer, he's a cool guy. He's like a science and engineering teacher, and he uses arcades in his classroom to teach his students basic electronics. I think that's great. But the cabinet is nice. The cabinet is freaking nice. And this is the transformer and wiring harness from his cabinet. I'm like, yeah, the voltage is too weird. So I've had it. I went ahead and labeled. Don't give me a label maker, man. I'm labeling everything. I'm gonna label this up. Let's get this guy hooked up and powered on. I'll show you guys what it's doing. Oh, I got it. This is doing multiple power supplies. Make sure the AC's not touching anything. Because it's the whole wiring harness. It has the cabinet safety switch, the fuse, which is not really taped or anything. TV connector. Okay, so let's get some of our grounds going. All right. There's the O-scope in the video. Actually, we are not using this thing at all. My bad. We are strictly using switcher power supply for this. Okay. So let's get everything connected up. So these are coming from my switching power supply. So we got 5 volts. That'll do the 5-volt circuit. Ground. Ground, 12 volts. Where did I have him connected? 12 volts. I think I had him connected. I had him connected on, I think one of these. I think right there. I had him. I'm injecting 12 volts on the output of where the regulator goes. Bam. Okay. Then we need this. You can't see my other power supply up here. This power supply. See what I had them set up as. Oh, my buddy was over here and we were messing around with some other stuff. Okay, so so the ROM is so weird. The ROM uses a -12. The ROM uses a -12 for the input. For an output enable, sorry. So it generates -12 only for the ROM. It's just so crazy. All right. So to make him -12, we are going to, I think yeah, for the negative 12, I'm going to use, let's see, my 1 amp, or it don't matter. Let's see. So basically for my negative 12, I'm going to switch my leads and use the common. I'm going to put, to generate negative 12 on the, I already have a clip on that. This might be, that might be for the 12. Yeah, we got to switch cables. So we've got to take our positive, let's see, positive to negative, and then actually that's what I did. You got to be careful when you start jumping your wires so you don't get them all. Yeah, exactly, dude. Yeah, my buddy that he's a good repair guy too. He's always teasing me because I'm like, build a harness. He's like, no, man, just inject it and get that thing going. Yeah, what the hell did I do? Where did I put the negative 12? I gotta get the schematics because I need to put in negative 12. I gotta find it again. I forget where it goes. Negative 12. Oh, I had it, okay, on capacitor 22. C22. God, I just worked on this the other day. I totally forget where C22 is. C22. That's why I thought it'd be fun to do the live stream. May not be very exciting, but you know, there's a lot of stuff that goes on behind the scenes of a repair video. CR21 or C21, C22. This guy. No, this guy. C22, 100 microfarad, 16 volts. And I'm pretty sure that's where I had it. We'll check it. Yep.
I can still hear that bellowing.
Yeah, exactly. Yes, so this power supply and that power supply, completely separate grounds. Exactly. Yes. Make sparks. Yep, good call, man. Yep, exactly. Okay, so I do have another jumper for, remember, like this board that has the 5 volts comes up through another rectification system, but I'm just jumping over 5 volts to power this board. Let me get my other meter going. Make sure I clip on the right place for that negative 12. So it's ROM pin 9, 10, 11, 12, I think. Yeah. CR22 to the, yep, to the negative side. So we'll get we put our negative 12 in right here. We'll put our negative 12 in right there. But I'm gonna check my voltage on my power supply before we actually power anything up.
Hi, my name is Damian Clark. If you have both Medicare and Medicaid,
Okay.
I have some really encouraging news that you'll definitely want to hear.
And this guy we're gonna take Oh, you know what? I'm going to switch them, I think, this time. We're going to go 18 and negative 12 here. I think that's better. Because the 18 volts is for the audio. And it will not work. That audio circuit will not work with 12 volts. That's the complete shitty part. Yeah, as far as like trying to get this thing on a switcher, the audio amp, the output voltage is so low. All right. Let me change this back around now. Okay. Yeah, we'll do these to 18. These would be the 18 volts. And
which includes routine hearing tests and coverage for hearing aids. You'll also have a $0 copay for the shingles.
And so we're actually gonna switch colors here. Gonna get kind of ugly, but whatever. Okay. Yeah, I like to test all my stuff before. Like a monthly allowance to help pay for eligible groceries, utilities, rent, and over-the-counter items. Rides to and from your medical appointments. Oh. Prescriptions where you pay nothing. Routine dental, vision, and hearing coverage. And our large network of doctors, negative 12. So, negative 12. Good. Negative 12. Disable him. And let's check our 18 volt. Check our 18 volt. No. Just think of what benefits like these can do for your health and your life. So if you have Medicare and Medicaid, call the number on your screen. Okay, 18 volts. I'm running out of clips for this board. Okay. So let's get the ground on there. I'm running out of clips, guys. Not good. Parkinson's-like symptoms after being exposed to paraquat. Call Saddle Rock Legal Group now. You may be eligible for substantial financial compensation. Okay. The dangerous chemical paraquat is used as a commercial and agricultural herbicide spray. Many users were exposed to this toxic chemical. And I know I have enough though. I've already had this hooked up. Popular weed killers like Gramoxone. It is highly toxic. The Environmental Protection Agency classifies it as restricted use only. Okay, so this is the negative 12. He's going there. And the 18, actually, I'm going to steal this clip back. I'm going to steal this one back. And then he's the 18 volts for the audio amp. And we'll just tag him with this ground. I think I have. I just need one more. Okay, so let's get the little black and white PVM going. Double check. So I don't know, you guys. I used to work NASA Aerospace in the labs, and when you did cable ups, you literally had a two sign offs for every connection, like connected power, QA, and your tech lead sign off. You had big books, test procedures, and then you'd validate your power supply, QA, and sometimes even the customer. If it was like flight hardware, If it's flight, this stuff like satellites for space, like the weather imagers, they build them at my company, and it was so crazy. But it's a good standard to check everything. Sometimes I wish I had a QA guy around to be like, it's like I could blame it on somebody else. But I think we're ready to power on. 12 volts, 12 volts. And the other thing about these circuits, and I mentioned in my other video, my repair video, the 5 volt and the 12 volt circuit need voltage from the other circuit to enable. So there's the op amp. I can't remember the number. They're weird anyway. But one in each circuit requires the voltage from the other circuit to enable. So like you could have injected 12 volts, but if you don't, sound is gone. Crap. Dun, 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 dun. Can you hear me now?
He's my son. You ever interfere again, it'll go even harder on you.
I don't know. Sound is gone. Yeah, and agreed. And my other buddy tells me that too. He's like, you don't need that stuff. But I want to power everything on. Okay. Sound is gone. Okay, cool. Yeah, and you're right, Patrick. You're absolutely right. You don't need it. But I like to hear it, I don't know. It's yeah. Okay, let's power this thing on. So all right. So the image, that's the game running. Now when we put power on to the CPU, oops. Okay, it did not boot up. Maybe I got something wrong here. With the 12 volts, the 12 volts should make that thing. Hang on, we're going to do something else with that 12 volts. We are going to do something else with that 12 volts. We are going to do something else with that thing. Where is my... I kind of remember how I had it now. I didn't have it feeding all the way back here. I had it going right in. There it is. We're going to put the 12 volts, negative 12 right on that pin.
You understand? I couldn't let you near me. I didn't want you to see me the way I really am. I'm a nobody boy.
These clips are so freaking cheap. All right. Nope, still not. Hang on, I got cable up problem somewhere. Yes, I think I did. Because this thing should be. Let me shut it off. 12. Make sure I'm not. Okay, double check my work. 5 volts, 5 volt jumper. I want to measure. I want to measure this again.
Hi, folks. Joe Namath here.
12 volts. Yeah, I might have that guy.
Changing next year? Will your costs go up? Are your doctors still covered? Get answers in 3 steps.
I think I switched something when I switched that around. What did I do? Yeah, press the wrong button. I think I've got. What do I got going on here with the 12 volts?
I call every year to see what plans are available in my area.
I call every year to make sure my doctors are still covered under my plan.
They work with multiple insurance companies across the nation, so you'll have choices from a
There we
variety
go.
of plans. The Medicare annual enrollment period has a deadline. Millions have called.
9,
You
10,
should
11,
too.
12.
Call to speak to a licensed insurance agent. Call 1-800-960-9498. Call now.
My dad.
There we go. Had the 12 volts kind of wrong. I didn't blow anything up live. So yeah, it's tiny. It's tiny for you guys until I get a camera. I don't know. I appreciate you guys helping me kind of troubleshoot my live cam setup too. So the game is running. Let me hit that 50-cent switch. Boom. There it goes. So, gosh, good God, guys. I'm sorry. So the tanks are there now. The tanks are there. Then when I go to 25 cents, boom, the tanks are gone. Let's coin up. Let's coin up. And where's my sound? And getting no sound. Getting no sound. Yeah, what's the deal there? Oh, no power on the audio. Anyway, we've got sound. Oh, that's cool that you're looking at them too, man. We can look at them together. I think, yeah, I'm about ready to go there too. Where I was gonna start troubleshooting is, I was gonna start troubleshooting really kind of at the switch. I was going to start troubleshooting here and looking at what's different between those two circuits. Like in 25 volt, it could, yeah, that's where I was going to start looking and probing around. Because you got the coin, it's probably, yeah, let's look at it together here. So in 25-cent mode, okay, that's 50 cents. 50 cents is working okay. So basically on, I guess it would be D6, that O2 right there. Pin 3 should be, let's see what pin 3 is doing. Pin 2 and 3 and the output of that O2. I guess I'm going to start there because in 50-cent mode, it should be high. And then 25-cent mode, it should be low, I think. And then I haven't really looked at that at all, but kind of going back. Well, I tell you what, that start signal. Okay, let's look at that D2. What is it? It's D6. Let's look at that D6. Let's look at the D6. D 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I got in 50-cent mode right now, so it'd be pin 2 and 3. Let's look at pin 3. I'm interested in pin 3. Pin 3, high and low. Okay, it's probably right in the way of my. Can you guys even see my scope? Hell no. Oh. Let me move this. I'm going to move this. Okay. So pin 3 on that, what is that, an and? An AND gate. Okay, so pin 3, 25-cent mode. 25-cent mode is low. No, that's 25. And then 50-cent mode is high. But it looks like, let's look at the output. Pin 1. Pin 1. It's doing its thing. It's doing its thing. We'll go back. Let's see what pin 2 is doing. Pin 2, we have, where is that coming from? That's coming from a 74. Yeah, I don't, oh, you see that? I don't know if that's me. Oh, we did have a signal there. Now it's not doing anything. Let's coin up. I'm going to coin. Well, it does go high when we coin. Put it back in 50-cent mode. It had a signal there. That's crazy. It had a signal up top. Now it does not. That's not doing anything. I don't know if it should be doing anything. One tool I actually pulled out is my my pulsar. That was another. Oh, Kenny, stay off the board. Yeah, this is a perfect board for a pulsar, 100%. Because you can inject a bit of a signal into a gate and kind of see what's going on, or see kind of what it controls, see what's going on. Okay. Oh, I don't like my pulsar at all. What the hell? That's crazy. Wow, I don't like. What the hell? Did not like that at all. All right. D6. 6. Pin 2. I'm going to put. Yeah, nothing. I don't think. Okay, so just for my own sanity, just wanted to kind of check that. Yeah, this is where the video could probably get boring, me scratching my head looking at schematics. So it's nice about repair video, you can cut all that out. All right. So what's it doing? 25-cent, 50 cents. We have tanks. 25 we do not. So there is a resistor there. It looks like, let's look at that on the scope some more. I don't think the problem is here, but I want to know how it works. low. 50 cents, half tanks. And it's low. Pin 2 is low. So the output should be low. So if we go pin 2 high, is it pin 2? No. Yeah, well, no, pin 3.
Saving money is now more important than ever for seniors. But if you purchase a $9.95
In 50 cent mode, 3 is high.
overpaying for very
So is that
little
guy,
coverage. With a $9.95 rate, a 65-year-old male receives less
it
than
is changing.
$900 in
Okay.
coverage. For $10,000 in
So output is
coverage, you pay over
working.
$110 a month with a 2-year waiting period. Fortunately, with Senior Life Insurance Company, he pays less than $58 a month for $10,000 in protection. There's no waiting period, no medical exam, and he saves over $600
Low, high. Okay.
Senior Life. A 65-year-old female
And it goes to the J2 start. I mean, that's just a...
Call now to see how much money you could save. Senior Life.
When you say the tanks disappear, do you mean... Yeah, so the game, yeah, I'll show you. I'll show you. So the game, the game's about over. So let's... So when the numbers are flashing, it's about over. So yeah, it's weird. The tanks are there. Like you can shoot. Well, you still have sound. You have engine noise. Let's see. Now the game's over. Okay. Let's start a game with no tanks. And that's the thing here too. Look, if now this is a ground to the start. The tanks are on there, but I think you're actually holding a short. So if I go to the coin mech, coin up, the tanks are there, but I don't think it's a good thing. I think then. So yeah, you have. Yeah, it's playing. But when the tanks disappear, it's not right. It reset. It like, yeah. As soon as you let off the start, your tanks disappear. I wish you guys. Yeah, it's so small. You guys can't see that. That sucks. I'm sorry. I'll get a camera set up next time. So basically, there's no tanks, right? The game has started. If I hold the ground onto the start, if I ground the start, the tanks are there and they move and they move. But I smell something every time I've done that. If you hold that, something gets hot when. Yeah, something is getting hot as hell when I ground that start like that. Not a good thing. Yeah, I can smell it. So actually start. I'm kind of curious. So it does go down. So that start. Yeah, that circuit is weird. It could be. If you go after that, let's look at some of that stuff after D6 with that start line. Goes down to a 107. Goes to attract. What is a 107? I have to look that up.
He looks so lost. I don't think he knows what's happening to him.
There's another part of that D6 right there being used too. 4, 5, and 6. D6. D6. 4, 5, and 6. 4. Just probing around, man. Put 4, 5, 6. Yeah, I'm on the D6, that O2. 6, input, output. All right. E6. E6, that 07. That 107. E6 107. What the heck is that? It has a Q and a Q not. So, okay, I don't know. Let's look at 5 and 6. 6.
We're gonna need as many men with rifles as we do jet.
There might get
5 is high. We're calling for a track low on 5. 6 is actually low. I don't know. 5, 6, 7, 8. J. I got to look at that part. I don't even know what it is. 9, your clock. Your clock is running. 11. 8, 9, 10, 11. Eleven is low. Oh, you know what? Now following that, the JK, following that K back to that D6. Pin 5 comes from a counter. Pin 5 comes from a counter from a 555, and it's not doing anything. It's got 5 volts. The track feeds back in. You know what? I'm looking at this thing. Well, it's getting a 5 volts. It's maybe it could be a voltage deal going on too. Let's look at that timer. Where's that 555 right here? H6. Good Lord. Pin 1. Pin 1 is ground. 2. 2 is an out. 2 is an output. I don't know if that dude is doing anything. 3 is high. 4 is coming from the attract. 5 is high. Oh, thanks, man. It's a flip-flop. Thank you. Yeah, a lot of times, like when I'm working alone, I'll be I got all my data sheets on my PC. I'm pulling data sheets as I'm working. Live is a little different, but anyway, that timer. Yeah, timers get up 6 and 7. 6 and 7. Just kind of going through here. Oh, check it out. Down there by that timer. The switch reappears down here by this timer too. Where's my thing? Crap. Right here. So that switch is actually doing some stuff down here too, which kind of makes sense. Kind of makes sense, but how? Let's see. So in 25-cent mode, $25 cent mode is basically just opening. 50 cent is not even connected. Yeah, 25 cent mode 2. It's the engine is running. Have not started the game, but in 25 cent mode the engine is running too. I think that's a good clue. Because kind of all goes back to that start, right? So like when you put it in 50 cent, 25 cent mode, it's like telling the game to start. I wonder. It's telling the game to start, but it's not starting. It hasn't started, but it's not coined up. It's not coined up. Cool. Okay. There's a tantalum right there too. I'm trying to figure out how. You got 5 volts. What a hell of a crazy circuit there for that 555. 6 and 7. It's not doing much. 6. Oh. Yeah, I can't really go off voltage. 6. 6 is like 2.8 volts. That might be about right. 1 meg resistor and what I am seeing here is that on that 555 timer, what happens if the output of pin 6? Yeah, that's what I was just doing. So they're not doing anything actually. Pin 6, 4, 5, 4, 5, 6. I've got 2.8 volts. There's 25 cents, 50 cents. And I would think there should be a change there, right? So if you're opening and closing that switch, that circuit goes through a couple resistors, and they're both tied together. It should change when you close that to include that R53, the 330K. It should change the value. Yeah, no difference. You think that's fishy? I think that's fishy. Yeah. I wonder, let's see. What else is around there? Are you on H3? No, I'm on H6, that timer. I'm on that 555 timer, but I can go, yeah, what's H3? I'll go up there. H3. H3. I'm trying to follow along with you. H3, 2, 3. Yes, an 04. Oh, it's after the timer. I'm probably looking right at it. Oh, I see. Okay, yep. H3. Yes, actually in a couple places there. Let's go. Yeah, 4 and 5. Or 5 and 6. I see what you're doing. Okay, so pin 5 is low and 25 cents. And then it's high. Yeah, so that guy is doing something. High in 50 cents, low in 25 cents. But it's also, yeah, it's inverting. So let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5, 6. Okay, so they're inverted, and then well, it was just doing something. 5. Let's see. 5's the input. Okay, so 25 cents it went low. Now it's doing something. That's crazy. That's probably me probing. Oh no, now on 6 it's not. Hang on. We might have a stuck one there, dude. We may straight up have a stuck one. Yeah, that's just a. Yeah, that's just a. Looking at the mailman. Okay, 5, 6. Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Make sure I'm not messing it up. 5 is high. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Yeah, it's weird. It's like intermittent. It's intermittent because it was the input was going high and low, but the output wasn't doing anything. Yep. Okay, guys. You guys can hang out. I gotta take 5, go use the bathroom and get something to drink. I guess that's the bad thing about live stream. Sitting here almost 2 hours. Okay, I'll be back.
need some new deputies. Lucky Jack, huh? Looks like striking that wrist was the unluckiest thing that ever happened to him. A knife again. Lots of knives in Tombstone. Yeah.
I'd like to take a look at your fingers, if I may.
Oh, if you want to see, I'm going to depend on you.
Oh, here it is. A small mistake in addition.
Oh, well, I tried. And thank you for advising me about the toughness mine share.
An excellent investment. I'm sure it's unnecessary to say that the information about their bullion production is quite confidential.
Oh, Mr. Stout, of course.
It's just that there's so many things going on around here.
I know. I read about that poor Oliver man being stabbed and robbed of his diamonds.
I wish I knew who done it.
Well, I wish I could too. Thank you.
Kitty. Okay, guys, we're back. Okay. I don't know. I've not done the live stream before. Does it tell me like who's all here? Or just it doesn't tell me who's watching, I think. Just how many people. That's really cool. Yeah, we'll see how this goes. I think if I do this more in the future, I'll schedule it versus just popping on. But I wanted to get kind of the kinks worked out here a little bit. Okay. Looking at that 555 timer, that 04 J1GNE. I like to see what that does. Where is that and what does it do?
On her way out to her home,
But I don't like it that timer input's not that voltage isn't doing anything weird up here either. Look at that playtime, 5 volts. Yeah, there's a variable resistor there. Like how it works with the playtime, it yeah, you set your playtime with a variable resistor. You turn it down, you can only play for a minute. I think all the way up is like 2 minutes. So it's got a variable resistor there. That's the 5 volts. So that's just changing.
Where's the black diamond?
Let me put. I'm going to put my probe back on that.
I always figured you
Maybe
were
on yeah, pin 6 and 7 of that timer. Adjust that pod, and it should change the voltage. Right, Kitty? She's sitting behind me. Oh, you bet! Don't knock that over again. Okay. Let's look at that timer again. Pin 6 and 7 are tied together. 4, 5, 6, 7. I imagine the game's got to be started. 4, 5, 6, 7.
I thought he'd kill you.
So does that change? That should be changing with that variable resistor. Oh, it is changing. It is changing, but very, very slow. Oh, I see. Oh, okay. 6. Let me turn it down.
He picked up my purse for me in town.
Turn it up. I swear that thing was like 2.3 volts just a second ago.
Oh, play, I killed him. I killed him on that.
Well, now it's up. No, it's climbing slowly. So maybe when that voltage gets, yeah, boring. Oh, you can't see the scope. Oh, So sorry. Okay, cool. 6-7, 6-7. So this is going in. So let's, yes. I'm kind of curious. I want to watch it. I want to watch the voltage to when it starts blinking. 2.88 volts. So when they start blinking, that means I think there's only like 30 seconds left in the game. And what I'm going to do, I think, for testing, I'm going to turn it all the way down so I'm not waiting like 2 minutes for each cycle. Yeah, so it's maxing out at 2.84 volts. That's where that guy is. I see how it's working. Okay, I want to put it in. I want to put it in 25 cent mode. Okay, so the game's over. The game's over. Let's see. So now it's at 2.5 volts. Let's coin up and see what that voltage does. That's so weird. I expected it to drop. That's so weird. All right, well, there's no change in that. That's so weird. Hi, kitty. So we got 5 volts. Let's go back to H4. Yeah, this is what you do off camera. It takes me, I don't know, I just go slow, look at whatever makes sense. H2, ding dong. H2, 5, H3. Five and 6. So it's inverted there. So that's not. Yeah, that should. It should do something. 27. It's 3 and 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4. So those are inverted. Those are kind of doing this thing. 4, 5, 6. Oh, there we go. There we go. That'd be nice. Yeah, I'm going to get better at this. I think this is like a good example. Maybe when I make these films, maybe I can share the schematic like up in the corner so people can follow along. I don't know. Just thinking. Yeah, nothing's changed. I'm still probing around, just looking at stuff. So the game's back over on 50 cent mode. And indeed, the game is indeed over. Okay. Sometimes it helps. I don't know. I just talk it out. Talk it out, man. And if I go back into 25 cent mode, I think the game is going to start. I think the game started without even cleaning up. I think I just moved the tank. There's no tank, but I can hear it, the engine sound. That's why I think the game started. I don't know if you guys can hear that, but when the game is over, there's no sound. When I put it in 25-cent mode, or when you coin up, and then the engine start of the tank. So I can like throttle up here. I can hear it, but it's not shooting. All right, let me do the other tank. Okay, there's Blackie. Black tank just shot, and I can hear his engine. Okay, so that's kind of a clue too. So putting in 25-cent mode starts the game. There's definitely timing issues. Like I am not throttled up, and that engine is full throttle on the sound. So when I put it back into 50-cent mode, the game continued. But now we're back to this normal working. Yeah, now we're back normal working. All right, so I don't want to look. So going 25-cent mode is starting the game. Okay, here's what I want to do. Where is the coin? Coin. So coin is input to. I want to see what happens with that coin up input of that D602. Back to that D602. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 02. Pin 2 should be low. Okay, I'm going to coin up. Okay, this is in running mode. Let's coin up. See, it dropped. All right, so it's doing this thing. Oh, I want high. Boom, boom. Okay, that's normal mode. So at least in the schematics, I know you can't see, but there's no, just one coin signal. So I don't think it matters like which coin, player 1 coin or player 2. We got, all games are different, like how they're set up. And so anyway, let's put this in 50-cent mode, and it should be. Now let's coin up. Well, that's working too. I kind of want to wait till the game is over. I want to wait till the game is over and coin that. Game is not over. Let's go to the output. O2 pin 1, D6. Again, O pin 1, the output. It's not doing anything. So I go into 25-cent mode, and it goes high. We need to see the starting position of that. I want to see the starting position. And 50 cents. Low. No. So that makes that's fine and dandy. That's fine and dandy. That's normal. Okay. But what should start do? So what does start need to be? The coin need to be. I'm going to go back. I'm going to think about this. Yep. So the game starts. Kind of look at the schematic, like kind of how it works. So you got your coin back here. You got your coin back here. Hit your coin. Goes through all these set, reset, set, reset. There's an O2. Comes up on the 50 cent. You know, it could be the other way around too. It could be the 50 cent side messed up, making the 25 cent not work. Okay, so the game is finished. This game is finished. Let's look at the start. Okay. 6, pin 1. Pin 1 is low. Oh, I just knocked off my freaking 12 point. Oh, I gotta reset the game now. Cheap ass. Clippers. All right, we gotta power down. Yep, this is all the fun stuff behind the scenes. You know, I'm getting some weird attract mode I've never seen before. Why? I power everything down? Yeah, I think so. No, my screen is not right. Shut this off. I'm sure this guy is not. Cheap ass clips. Nope. I'm going to power this off. Maybe it's holding something in memory. It's very primitive. What model is that little PVM? The little black and white one is it's a black and white SSM 930. Yeah, that's black and white only. Yep. And then this, I got this in Thailand. It's an Olympus. I think it's the same thing as a Sony. It looks just like a Sony, but it was 240 or 220, 110, or 240, 120. That's why I brought it home, because I could play it here or run it. Okay. Oh, now my screen is all jacked up. Why? But still have the same problem here. So, oh man, don't get me started on the shipping fiasco. I had shipped 500 pounds of all this stuff back. The scope, my power supplies, not that, but a lot of stuff. 500 pounds of stuff. Let's see. Yeah. The PVM, 2 LGs, and monitor for my Sega Terra drive. And it all arrived pretty good. But it took forever. They shipped it from Thailand. It came to Savannah, Georgia, instead of coming straight up to Indiana. They took it to New Jersey. And then after I got to New Jersey, they had to do an investigation. Why did it get to New Jersey? And then that took like a couple weeks. And then it took a couple more weeks for it to get to Indiana. It went to like Pittsburgh. So yeah, all the vibration, all the extra loading and unloading. Yeah, actually that top LG, I had to fix when I got back. It was kind of on its way out anyway. The audio and video hookup or broke off from the board, but whatever. Well, guys, I tell you what, over 2 hours here, kind of seeing something different up here, still chasing that problem. Thanks for watching and helping me test out my live stream. I think what I'll do, because I'm getting ready, I got to go. I'm working on a Neo Geo 4 slot for my buddy, and I'm recapping the monitor. So I need to go to the other shop, work on that chassis tonight. That's my afternoon, evening job. And then, but for this, I think I'll schedule something. I think I'll schedule later this week and kind of post it like, hey, be live in the morning. So you can see me really sleepy and mess things up. So, but anyway, whoever's left watching, thank you. Sweaty Cop, and I'll talk to you guys later. I'm going to end the stream. Shh. Hang on, Kitty. You want to be in before we end? Dun, 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 dun. Hey, gonna say hi? She's camera shy.